Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to learn how to install Ubuntu operating system in your VirtualBox. The prerequisite for this is you should have this VirtualBox installed on your system. I'm using Windows 10 operating system. In order to install a VirtualBox, you have to search for VirtualBox in Google or any of your favorite search engines. There will be this link, that www.virtualbox.org. Click on this link. Once you are in this page, click on the downloads. Under downloads, based on your operating system, you have to select this. I'm using Windows, so I'm selecting this Windows host and installing. On clicking this, it will install the exe file. As I've already installed VirtualBox, I'm not going to download again. Second thing is I'm going to install Ubuntu operating system in this video. In order to get the Ubuntu operating system, you have to Google Ubuntu, or you can use your favorite search engine for this. Click on this Ubuntu.com. So under downloads, you have to select this 20.04, and it will install the Ubuntu on your computer. Okay. So currently the latest version at the time of recording this video is 20.04.3. Once you have installed this VirtualBox in your computer, click on this new icon over here. Now, as we are going to install Ubuntu OS, I'm naming this as Ubuntu OS. Provide the path where your Ubuntu OS related VirtualBox files will be stored. From the type, we have to select the OS type, like the Linux, Solaris, BSD, Microsoft Windows. As we are going for the Windows, it's a Linux based operating system. We are selecting this, and from depending on the version of the OS, you can select from here like Ubuntu 32-bit, 64-bit, and there are other Linux operating systems or distros as well over here. I'm keeping this as default, as we are going for Ubuntu 64-bit version. Click on next. Here we have to select the RAM size which we want to allocate for this particular operating system or the VM. I'm making this as a 4 GB. Max you can increase up to the limit what you have on your computer. So I'm keeping this around 4 GB. Click on next. We'll leave this as default, that is create a virtual disk now. Click on create. This also will keep this as default and click on next. Here we are again keeping this as default, that is dynamically allocated. In order to know what is dynamically allocated and fixed size, there is a description provided over here. You can go through all this. Click on next. Here we can provide the path where your virtual hard disk files will be stored in your computer, that is the files that you deal with within the OS. Okay, so I'm allocating here, so max you can increase up to whatever limit you have on your computer. As I'm using Windows as well, so I will limit this to 100 GB and click on create button over here. So as you can see, our OS has been listed in the in the list on the left hand side of this virtual box. Now click on this Ubuntu OS and go click on this settings button. On the settings, under general, there is this basic information of the OS type is off and the version. Click on as advanced, and from here you have to select this as bidirectional, because we have to copy the contents from the clipboard from Windows OS to Ubuntu within the virtual box and vice versa. And I'm enabling the drag and drop feature as well. I'm going to drag a file from our Windows operating system and drop over to Ubuntu and vice versa. Description, if any, you can provide it over here. Disk encryption, I'm keeping this as default. Coming to system, I'm not changing anything on the motherboard. Going to processor, we can increase or decrease the number of CPU counts. Max you can increase up to the whatever the limit you have on your computer. So here it's showing as 4 CPU. Display, I'm not changing anything. Coming to storage, this is empty under controller, but we have to select the ISO file what we did downloaded for our Ubuntu operating system. Clicking on choose this file. Here under downloads, so we have this ISO 64-bit version of Ubuntu 20.04.3. Select this. If you want other change the setting of other things, you can do it over here. You can later point of time also you can change those settings, so not an issue. Click on OK. Now let me click on the start button. Okay, the Ubuntu is getting installed on your VirtualBox. Let me close this pop-up. Once the ISO file has installed the OS in your VirtualBox, you will get this pop-up. You will get this window. From here, as we are trying to install the full Ubuntu OS in our VirtualBox, so we have to click this install Ubuntu. You can select the layout of your keyboard. From here, I'm keeping this as default, that is English US. Click on continue. I'm checking this box as well, that is to install the third-party software for graphics. If you want, you can go for the minimal installation as well. Click on continue. From the installation type, I'm selecting erase disk and install Ubuntu, as we are using the VirtualBox. So don't, it's not an issue. It won't delete your Windows. It won't affect your Windows operating system files. So select this and click on install now. Click on continue. If you get that pop-up, now you have to select the time zone where you are residing in. I'm residing in India, so I'm selecting the Kolkata time zone. Click on continue. Here you can provide the name for your OS or the operating system, giving as learning. Password you can give of your choice. Click on continue. This will take some time to install. We'll continue once Ubuntu has been installed completely on the VirtualBox. Once the Ubuntu OS got installed successfully in your VirtualBox, you will get a pop-up like installation complete. You need to restart your computer. Click on this restart now button. As we don't have any installation medium, we can directly click on enter. This will take a couple of minutes to reboot the OS. On the login screen, click on this icon and give the password which we had set up while installing the OS. Now this should take us to the home screen for the Ubuntu OS. You will get a welcome screen like this. You can connect our Google Microsoft accounts with our Ubuntu OS. As of now, I'm not doing anything like that. Click on the skip button. Click on next. Click on no, I don't want to send any system related information to Ubuntu. Click on next. Location services, I'm keeping this as default. Click on next. Click on done. Yeah, you are ready to go. We'll open the terminal and run a simple command over here, sudo apt -get update, provide the password. Okay, it is working fine. Like this we can install Ubuntu or any Linux distro in our VirtualBox. Similar step we can follow to install Windows operating system or any other operating system. If you get any if any updates are available, you can just install after from the pop-up if you get as such after installing. Okay, as you can see, it is unable to scale up to the window size when we drag this window. In our next video, we will learn how to fix this issue and enable this screen to fit to the width of the screen when we drag a window like this, or even when we maximize the window. Okay, please join us in that video. Thank you.